Hello, everybody. This is Richard Cespedes, and I want to do another live stream talking about spirituality. I hope the lighting is good. It should be okay. I'll probably edit it afterwards to brighten the lighting. But I want to talk about more about my theories on spirituality, and I recently some near-death experiences on YouTube, and they're kind of very intriguing. I found them very intriguing and very enlightening, and it kind of helped me to kind of understand like what the meaning of life is. For a long time, I didn't really understand the connection between really understand the connection between spirituality and why people live and they die and they get incarnated or reincarnated or whatever. And I've come to realize that the reason why there's even life at all is because spirits, it's our own fault. We choose to, and I'm sorry that I didn't schedule this so we could prepare to, watch me. I just kind of want to do it on the fly and then plus I'm learning about Hangouts on air, and I'm sorry if I can't chat because I don't know how to chat. So, but if you guys are just watching, I'm glad you guys are watching. But and so yeah, there's like a few the thing is though is that the reason why there's life at all is because people always said that like you're there to learn. You're born to just learn about life, and there's no real mediums say that a spirit is born body incarnated or born in his body or reincarnated or whatever because they have like a mission or an idea that they want to accomplish. They have something, they have a goal that they want to reach. And it's kind of the thing is though is that people complain that they're unhappy with the living life. They're unhappy with being in the living form because lots of pain and confusion and sadness and sorrow and perversions, scary things, scary concepts that frightens people, worries them. But the thing is though is that it's kind of our fault that we're here and that we're living here, that we're on this realm that we as spirits call living realm. Which is, I believe in my theories that there's multidimensional types of different concepts of living, different concepts of the living realm. Like spiritual, the spiritual world is another concept of the living realm. You're a spirit and you're forever, and you don't feel no pain or anger, and there's no concepts of sadness or nothing like that. But the thing is though is that we're put in this place because we choose to be brought back in this world so that we can learn about just to learn, just to experience. There is no real reason. Like a spirit gets incarnated into a living body, being born again into a living body, and before they do that, they have a certain idea of what they want to do. But it's basically like when you're born with amnesia. When you're in a spirit, when you're in a spirit being born in the body, before you go into become alive in a living body, before you do that, you have ideas and you have a certain goal that you want to reach. But when you become alive, born as a baby, you're basically born with amnesia. So you can't really remember what your goals were, what you wanted to do, what you were thinking before, what you wanted to do when you're living in this body, because the people give you a heads up, the spirits give you a heads up. Okay, you're going to be this person. There's going to be these opportunities. There's going to be these paths. You're going to be with this mother and father that's going to be very supportive, and you can take any path, any avenue that will take you almost anywhere, and you can become almost anything. But it's up to you what you want to do. And then you think to yourself as a spirit, well, okay, this is going to happen without. I want to become a musician, or a comedian, or a politician, or a president, or something. So okay. So the father is involved in politics. So I'm going to be born a child and born in the government, kind of associated. So I'm going to follow my father, and kind of become, the president and get involved in politics and help people and really make a change. Okay. But then when you're born with amnesia. So that's the challenge, is that tintillates the spirits, that excites us, because we're infinite, we're forever. We cannot die, So like, if there's any form of challenge or any concept of challenge, it tintillates us, because it's kind of like, oh yeah, okay, so I'll be born into this place, and there's going to be lots of suffering, and I could get killed, and oh, what a fun game. What a fun game. What a fun concept. Okay, yeah, that's real fun. It's kind of like a thespian actor, like I spoke about. Like, it's like they want to find a juicy role. Yeah, okay, I want to play the psychopath, or I want to play this wounded soldier, that has to find his way through the terrain of the war, and I want to perform well. I want to survive, and I want to feel the part. That's what we're doing now. We want to feel the part. We want to feel something different. And I have to say that this concept of the living, being alive like this, is genius. God is a damn genius when he thought of this concept, because we're eternal, we cannot die. And then we get put into this, it's kind of like, it's kind of hard to fathom, because basic humans, we don't really think of ourselves as like, infinite and powerful and all that, and it kind of gets kind of boring, I guess. That's why spirits become incarnated into the living realm. They get bored, and they want a challenge, and they get kind of egotistic a little bit. I'm not too sure what's going on there, because they're in peace and stuff, and they spend like 1,000 years or 1,000,000 years before they come back or whatever. They travel and everything. I don't know why you want to come back, but I think that it's because it tintillates the spirits to be involved in this theatrical stage. That's the only way I can interpret it. It's like being in a Truman Show with Jim Carrey, but before you put into that Truman Show kind of scene situation, you understand everything, but then when you're put in there, you have amnesia. So that's the challenge, trying to figure out what is going on, when from the beginning you already knew, but when you're in there, you completely got your mind erased. So that's another challenge. So that's what makes the game almost 90% complete, and makes the game more titillating and more challenging, and makes it more enduring and more enthralling and more just more awesome. Because like, not only because you can't be born in the spirit and then come, because without the mystery, without the wanting to know, without the absence of understanding, with all that. Because if you already knew, then half of the joy is gone. But if you don't know, then you have to struggle to know who you are, what you're trying to do, what's going on, and that's what makes the game more fun. And that's the spirit. We're kind of, I have to say that we're kind of a little bit crazy, powerful. We can't be defeated. We can't be killed. So we're kind of we got a loose screw a little bit, because we can't die. So we just want to experience this, be on the stage and everything, and live this life. And we got kind of a little bit of an ego there, a little bit of screw loose, a little bit. But it's all in good fun. It's all, and we cannot die, you know. And the other thing is though is that what's funny is that like I saw this YouTube this near death experience of this woman. This is one part that I remember that she spoke about, and she was talking about she was kind of talking to God, and the narrator or the other person was speaking to her, and they were talking about like, well, why be born again to learn something that you already knew from the beginning, which is what I was always thinking, like, why, as a spirit, you already know what there is to know. But that brings me back to what I was talking about earlier, is that we do it because we just want to just experience and just live, you know. We want to just do it and just live and experience. And I have a little small little funny thing that I wanted to kind of share with you. It's kind of like imagine, you know, as an example, here's a situation. Imagine a person dies and then he's speaking to God, and so now his living life is cut, and he's arguing with God, and he's telling God, you know, like God and him are standing at a doorway. You know, the man is standing in front of his doorway, and God has the door open, talking to him. You know, and the man is outside of God's room, and they're arguing in this moon, and this dead spirit, the spirit of this guy, is kind of like saying to God, you know what? I don't want to ever go back to that. This is crazy. You know, this is all madness. I'm tired. I'm finished with incarnating or reincarnating. I'm done. He walks away. God shuts the door, and then God goes, and then before God could sit down, he hears a knock again. He gets up, opens the door again, and he sees the guy, and he's all, you know what? On second thought, can I go back again? So it's kind of like, so it's kind of funny because like the spirit that's how it is. You know, when we're in the living, we're kind of like, why am I here? Why did I do this? But then when you die for like a few moments when you're there, since there's no time, you realize, man, I'm infinite, man. I'm infinite. Can I die? You know, I remember now because when you die, all of the memory that you had returns. So it's kind of like, oh yeah, this was all just a damn game. Oh yeah, I'm so stupid. Oh man, I want to go back again. God, I want to go back again. And God's, oh, well, you have to wait, son. You have to wait. Wait in line, back and around again. You know, so it's just a fun thing. That's what life is, you know. So it's kind of our fault that we're here. You know, no one is to blame but you for being born as you, and I am blamed for being born as me. When you die, you judge yourself. God doesn't do that. You judge yourself. You know, and just like psychokinesis, telekinesis, it's a learning experience that only you will know when you have full control and connection with your ability to move an object. That's the magic of learning. And so all this is just a learning experience. And so I think I'm going to end this video very soon. I just want to talk about that. It's probably not too enlightening, but it's kind of just a little thing that I want to kind of spew out. And I want to talk about more deeper, more detailed things about how we visualize, learn from objects, basic, regular objects, how people that are on DMT learn, and how being on DMT is the same thing as thinking and feeling when you're a spirit. That being on DMT is learning and experiencing as you would when you're a spirit. They're both the same. But you have to do it in minimal amounts, and you have to do it responsibly so that you can gain some knowledge from it and enjoy it safely. I've never done it, but I just theorize about these things. So this is Richard Cespedes. Thank you guys for watching. And I'm sorry, next time I'll schedule the next live thing, but that's one I want to get off my mind. I just wanted to just talk about it right now. Thank you guys for watching. There's no viewers. There was a viewer before. They left because it's 11 right now, or 10:40, almost 11. But next time, I'll schedule and we'll talk more about spirituality and do another psychokinesis demonstration with some hydro or spinning objects, hanging objects, or whatever with the footrest. I'll see you guys later. God bless. Take care.